Odzbrojení. Podcast nové zbrojovky Miroslavem Bekníkem.
Zdravím všechny posluchače a diváky podcastu Odzbrojení. This episode will be different. Yes, it will be in English because my guest is lazy to learn English. Sorry, in Czech, sorry. I hope it will be in subtitles, but it depends on Veru. For me, it will be disaster, but I try do my best because I have problem with Czech language and English is nightmare. So my next guest is Alexandra, for me, Alex Georgescu, co-founder partner at KOGAA. Hi. And small introduction. I have preparation. Your nationality is Romanian. You grow up in Italy, studied in Netherlands, Denmark, Great Britain, and Italy, and work in Italy and Peking. And now you have a company in Brno. Why?
Next question.
Why? Why Brno?
Well, you missed one place. I also worked in the Netherlands.
Netherlands? Okay.
Yeah, but basically I ran out of places where to live in. I tried them all, and my partner Tomasz Kozelski invited me on this journey on opening our own office while we were in Beijing. And
Peking. Sorry.
It's picnic.
Yeah, it's almost picnic. Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, why not? I lived in all the places that I want to live in my life, so I haven't tried Czech Republic, so let's give it a go. But in reality, we wanted to find a place that has kind of easy bureaucracy to start your own office. And it is true. Like starting an office as a young starting architect, it's a nightmare in Italy or in England or in Holland or China. I don't even start going there.
There is a lot of competitions, or
it's not only that. Yeah, definitely there's like much more possibilities here in Czech because there's not as many studios now. There are, but when we started many years ago, there were not as many studios, and we saw a lot of opportunities to start our own practice here. While abroad in other places that I mentioned was like just a nightmare, and I was not ready to go through Italian bureaucracy. I mean, Czechs are constantly complaining about Czech bureaucracy, but I always tell people just come to Italy for a month and then you will run away back to Czech.
Okay. And
so that was one of the reasons to start.
And do you speak all languages for Chinese? Something?
Not anymore, but when I was there, we had a weekly courses in Chinese, and then you kind of have to do it to survive.
Okay.
Like food and directions, a little bit like basic Chinese. You have to know it in order to survive.
And can you make some greetings to my friend to Italy, because Marco Olivieri is my friend. He wants to meet with you when he will be in Nová Zbrojovka. So can you say hi in Italian, because I'm using only Astasera.
Okay, well, that's the most important thing. So, ciao Marco, ci vediamo, chiamami quando sei a Brno, non vedo l'ora di conoscerti, e possibilmente senza di lui.
Nice.
I said, come and call me when you're in Brno. I look forward to meet you, but possibly without you.
Yeah, great. And so back to the topic, because our topic for the third series of podcast Odzbrojení is development. So development, cities, infrastructure, project in Czech Republic, and of course, Nová Zbrojovka. You are an architecture, you live in Czech Republic 8 years, correct?
A little bit more, but
okay,
secret
and
times.
I want to know, what do you think about the development? Because according me, is worse. Day by day, it's still worse. And you have a lot of experiences from abroad. So what do you think about development of Czech Republic, Brno, infrastructure, everything? How it's working in abroad?
Well, it is a place that, as I said, provided us to a lot of opportunities to build. We are very young practice, and huge companies in Czech are letting us design not only their building, but a whole locality. So in terms of possibilities, I think it's fantastic. In terms of what is being built, it's quite challenging. There's still a lot of new builds that I am wondering how they got approved. Well, we know how they got approved, but it is a pity to see kind of young families having to buy into something that it's only built for profit, but you can see that there is no places around their surroundings that are caring for the children running around, or some sport facility or anything else, or greenery, parks, trees. There's still a lack, I think, and opportunity to build more quality public spaces within the development areas, So there is things are going better, but I still see things built that could be
But
better.
I think you have a studio, so you're working on building permit, planning permit documentation, and the permitting process in Czech Republic is nightmare. So maybe you see the final product as a buildings or areal, but what about the process of permitting? Is it different because in Czech Republic and abroad it's easy, much more easy in Czech Republic?
Well, I never built this size of buildings abroad, so I cannot really compare to Italy. But still, you see that things are being built here, and in Italy is not. So that just by viewing, you can see that the country still, it feels slow, but things are changing. The landscape of cities is growing. If you go to Milan, it's still kind of stable. There are some areas that they're developing, but they're very, very slow. So I think it's in the end quite successful.
What about in China? Because I think they want to build a big high building, it's no problem, and build it during 1 year.
Yeah, but the Chinese permits and all the construction documentation is done by LDA. So they're like local design teams, like construction drawings team and administrations for drawings that are governmental.
Okay.
So
they don't have problem with local authorities and hygiene.
No, because everything is done by the government itself. So they don't have that clash. So that makes it kind of more straightforward, all the process. There's no privatization of the legislation, like the documentation.
So I'm thinking it's
so
good way.
Well,
because we're fighting 5 years, 7 years, and still nothing. Yeah. Because we need some paper.
Yeah. And some papers take less time, and some are like we have some project now that are like, stuck in the documentation because they just don't have time for it, or it's not that they don't want to approve it. Maybe there is a problem in the personnel. They don't have enough people to get to look at all the drawings. So the documents get sent back with some kind of there is a mistake here, but it's not really. It's just to prolong the process.
What do you think? It's a better Czech, for example, local authorities, or all this process, or Chinese or Italian? Because Czech Republic is 135 countries on the world, the worst on process. So it's ridiculous. In Czech Republic, Central Europe state, and I think 900 Ghana or Nigeria, Kenya is.
But on the other hand, isn't it good to get some kind of approvals looked into? Because otherwise, if you just make it too quick, you are building things that maybe are not as quality as they should be,
I know, but I understand we need local authorities. We need some check if is the project okay, if I have a toilet or something. Yeah. But 5 years? 5 years? I think the process must be, for example, 1 year, and then start with construction and everything. Not 5, 7, 10 years, 30 years.
But isn't it a bit legislated as well? Because I
think it's all the regulation, all the rules.
Like if you get it too fast, then everyone builds too quickly. And
the problem is that people, as the local authorities, because they have stamp. And I have stamp, I have power. And everything is black and white, not gray. So this is the problem, the mind of people.
I would in our experience, I have my partner Victor. He's taking care of all the authorization, and he has a very elegant way to communicate with people in the authorities. I would say he's very much like a people person, and very empathic I don't know, like some people are like that. I'm lucky to have him in the team. But he's able to get our projects approved through a process of explaining them from the beginning, like what is the project about and why is it important for the locality and why is adding value to, to the community around and so on. And we do that in such early phase of the project, so they're with us in 1, 2, 3 years. They see everything. So we haven't experienced so far anything so drastic that would just like cut us off and go back into 5 years, because, it's like a relationship almost with the authorities. But it needs a lot of patience. And when you're a developer company, it's much more work than when you're an architect. But it's maybe a bit easier when you're an architect than when you're a developer, because you are coming in with a little bit a softer approach to getting a stamp. Your goal or our goal as architect is not to earn on it, but to make it better there. And I think the authorities have that difference in their head.
So you are okay with this permitting development process in Czech Republic? How you feel? Because this is the big topic in Czech Republic. We don't have train, we have speed train, we don't have highway, we don't have infrastructure. The train is in China, and Czech Republic do absolutely nothing.
I would rather have a speedier train to get to Prague than 1 year more, like less of processes. There's like so many things to be fixed, And would you be able to? Oh, can I ask a question?
No, it's the question. Your question will be as the last question.
It just comes natural. Okay, I need to write it down. Okay.
So, are you okay with development?
Yeah. I mean, can I complain? But
yeah, you can.
Yeah. Yeah, it could definitely be faster. We're together in this.
Yes, you said something, and my next question is Brno. Brno as a city, because city have centrum, infrastructure, city traffic, buildings, location for work, leisure time, greenery, everything. But I think Brno has a lot of stupid things because we have these local authorities rules. What do you think about Brno as a concept, as a city?
Brno is a toxic city.
Yeah,
it's ruled by drivers, and it's killing it. I can imagine half of the cars we have, an attitude of driving would make this city the most livable city in Europe.
Yeah, but for example, it's very easy to get a car from central city is because the parking is very cheap in Brno. It's, I don't know, half hour for free, and second half is maybe 50 or 70 cents. So it's nonsense. Give €4 and you will see immediately half cars will be away from city.
And make people pay for it.
Yeah.
Because public transport is really friendly. It's really cheap and really efficient.
Yeah.
I also don't like to get my hands sticky in the public transport, but I rather do that than take my car and get stuck.
Again, you must change the thinking in people, because if I go to city to some office or local authorities or something, and I know 1 hour is for free, a second is 20 Czech crowns, so I go by car.
Yeah, but you're spending on the gasoline. I'm standing on the queue.
But it's still cheap.
Yeah, I mean, it's very scary to go with a bike because people don't know that there are bikers behind,
because
so they're not looking around.
According to local authorities, bike is a car. Done.
Yeah.
It's a stupid rule, for example.
I have wondered how many bikes killed people.
Yeah.
Or injured people, at the level of dying. So, it's completely different. So, in that way, it's very toxic. It really bothers me. And I think also the lack of greenery. Greenery could be improved. If you're in Prague, you can really flow through the city from garden to park to little garden to, just under some trees. It's super, super curated, the green belt around the city, but in Brno is really lacking. I think all the projects that they're trying to implement now are going towards that. So there is more and more push to make it happen. But at this stage, it's quite nerve-breaking, the stage.
But if you, as a developer, you can build some small area, another. If you want to connect it by its bike path, it's disaster because there is a lot of problems and city don't do absolutely nothing.
I don't know. It seems like there's no shared goal. I looked at you can download it on the City of Copenhagen website, the 2050 plan of the city. It's so simple. It's like 10 pages of vision of the city. And everyone can download it. Every bureaucrat can read it. Every single person have in mind one simple idea. More green, carbon neutral, most biking friendly city.
In summer I was in Copenhagen and I took the bike and for easy to go through the city, I'm not scared about car. Everything is pretty easy. It's no problem with children.
I know. So yeah, that's definitely a dream place to live in. And why not going towards that? There's like, it's so normal. We have all the tools to make it happen.
Yeah.
So I think it's in people's wish mainly to get there, to have a shared vision, to go together towards that. It sounds a bit naive, but I don't think Danish people are naive fairies.
Well, again, it's in the head.
Yeah, I hope that the new generation is going towards that. And I'm teaching my girl to get there.
And something good about Brno, for example, the centrum of city, the life, the culture.
Yeah, this is fantastic. It's really perfect. The people are so easy to get along with, apart from some exceptions. There is a very, very close community of like family life. You really feel good here. It's a place that welcomes you. I never felt as an outsider, although I'm not very fluent in the language. It's just cozy and friendly to be here. And the people are kind of honest. There's not... maybe Prague is... I love Prague. Like, I would like to move there tomorrow, but it's not as easy. And there is more about... It's more about selling yourself. It's more about, like, promoting the best of you. But Brno, it's more about...
It's friendly village.
Yeah.
Village.
Like, yeah, exactly.
And do you have some best place for you? It's park, pub, restaurant, I don't bench on the hill... For thinking, of course, or the idea space.
I love actually the places we created, like everything we built ourselves. I'm really feel connected with it. I'm happy to go there. For example, Kunst, the creative center on Udolní. It's just a very Udolní. It's thank you. Development podcast and Czech course at the same time. It's just a friendly place where people gather and there is a sense of community and creative vibes. So it's a really good place to go. I love parks and strolling through the center is really friendly. But as soon as you take some of these main access roads, it's like
what do you think about Main Square?
What square?
Main Square, Náměstí Svobody, then Main Square. Main, sorry. I know it's a really disaster for me.
A bit lack of trees, I would say. It's a bit flat. And
it's ugly.
Yeah. The buildings around are quite beautiful. Like and the sloping is interesting as well. But yeah, it has a little bit no identity to it. The square, the Dominikanské square, it has much more character.
Yeah. Can you describe KOGAA, the studio? And my question is, why are you different than the others? Because when we met first time, you have a presentation for me. And
Did I?
Yeah. You showed me some picture, but you gave me a piece of steel, piece of wood, so something. And at the end of this presentation, you said what I think. And I said, I love this, the idea. So
it was the first time that you ever said to anyone, I love a project.
Yes. So why are you different?
Because
the KOGAA studio.
Yeah.
KOGAA studio.
We're providing pieces of materials to our I don't think I did that often, actually. It was
you can introduce the KOGAA. What is KOGAA? What this KOGAA is?
We are a small practice of 10 architects and designers, 3 founders, me, Tomáš Kozelský, and Viktor Ostrčilik, who have been in the podcast previously, and you can hear it.
Second series.
You can see who is better.
Yeah, we will see who.
The ratings.
The ratings, okay.
And
if you lost, or
they get ice cream.
Okay.
We started the practice as really trying to achieve something a little bit different. We were never so interested into making a competition and doing something on the paper, but acting on a locality and making an impact immediately. Mm-hmm. Adaptive reuse is a core tool in our company. We have started with our own hands on a distillery factory in Brno. And exactly. This defined a lot the DNA of our company, because it showed us that you can achieve success with your own means. And success does not mean being printed on media only, but obviously creating a project that has a positive impact on the place it is in and is attracting and creating a new community. Thanks to that project, we started Dada District, the co-living adaptive reuse of a previous factory storage space on the riverside here in Pomalý.
But the facade is so yellow.
Yeah, it's so gold. They wanted it like this. It was in the end not our decision, also because we wanted the community and the people there to make their own decisions. They wanted a green roof, which in the end was a great idea because we are filtering the water through there in order to minimize the floods. So that the distillery brought this project, and then he brought the Kunst, where the creative community is like being kind of accelerated and becoming more business oriented. So I think finding your way was our way, and that makes us unique, not to follow a pre-described path of what an architecture practice should be about. There's plenty of companies I know in England and in Holland. They are really working more as more like entrepreneurs, creating their own projects. Now we have Air Square, which is our first product on the market, and we wanted to kind of transform maybe fasten up that slow process of approvals, how to create a pleasant public space that you can enjoy and be shaded by and sit, have events, and have this illumination in the night, all into one thing that can be kind of easily put up and down, like a mobile
so
public
I can
space.
say you have a West European thinking about projects?
I think there are Eastern European practices that think like this, but be your own client is really something that resonates with us. Yeah. And in that term, we finally made a step to big news, buy our own property and develop it ourselves. It will be on Bratislavska, so a very hot area of the city.
Yeah, because we have 35 degrees outside.
Yeah. Not gonna continue the joke. But we're gonna have our office there, and it will be again something that we strive to do with the distillery to bring the community there. We will have a gallery and an espresso bar in order to not only have our clients and friends coming there, but also connect more with the people around.
So, but you are completely different, because the typical Czech architect's studio, they have small office and so.
Yeah, it's pity. I think
So it's West European thinking.
It's trying to be less frustrated with our own clients and just do it yourself. You know, sometimes it's just the only way.
Yeah, I agree with you or with us, because when I, for example, got first, idea for an architect, I said, again, immediately from you, no problem.
Yeah.
Because I see I saw a completely different thinking about project.
Well, it was a bit different. I think it was a very interior-oriented project, and I'm trying with interior. I'm interior designer by education and life. So development is something that I would say I took over together with the guys in the company. But my heart is in interiors. And
so you put chair in the middle of a room and you are architect.
Yeah, that's what architects do. No, but there's so much potential in interiors, like materials, like buying finished products and finished materials is so limiting to creating unique spaces. It's much better to make mock-ups and try things.
Don't worry, the discussion about interiors.
It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
We'll need some water.
So this is KOGAA. And what do you think about our cooperation? What do you think about Nová Zbrojovka as a project? And when or where you met with Nová Zbrojovka?
Where I might
Where or when?
I what?
You met the project Nová Zbrojovka.
The Nová Zbrojovka project is absolutely brilliant. I wish I was younger, so I would actually get a property here, an apartment, earlier. Because in this stage, for me, it doesn't make sense to wait until it's done. But I would love to live here now. Yeah, a bit push on
I have nice building, no windows, no heating, no floor, but
we can do something, just like just a little kind of inner infill inside to be able to live in it.
Luft.
So little, actually.
Luftflat.
Yeah. Before, when do you, which project you're talking about, Heart or the other one?
Yeah. But it's impossible according to Czech rules, so no.
It's just a temporary installation.
But
it's like furniture.
I think
it's a big chair.
I think about living here.
Yeah, living here.
Not possible.
You're not saying that you live there.
Lived.
You're not saying anywhere. You say it's a temporary installation and people live there.
Not possible according to Czech rule. Yeah.
Come to the office after. So I think it's fantastic, especially because of its current use. The idea of slow development that we coined.
This is my last question because
is exactly fitting this project.
You said the word what you scare me. Slow development.
And this is slow? Perfect. That should be scary.
Can you explain the word slow? Because I think all process is the slowest on the world.
Do you think like KFC and McDonald's food, fast food, is good for us?
Yeah, one times per month.
So why should we live in cities that are built in a fast forward way and just get it done as soon as possible? You know, you have proof here that you're doing yourself, that the slow way is a success because you're creating a community of people who are gonna buy into this.
Because I cannot do the building.
I know, but what we're saying
permitting.
is just embracing that moment. It's happening naturally anyways. Architecture and building industry is a very slow process by default. You don't need to be scared of it. It's just...
No, I'm scared of the word slow.
But I
love full speed.
Yeah, but it is what it is. It's slow. You're in a very slow speed.
Slow speed, okay.
Unfortunately, it's just how it is. And we're just saying to embrace that slowness because it actually creates that value that you cannot buy.
Yeah.
You know, and you see it. It's happening. It's like we have proof in Nová Zbrojovka that by having activity spaces and the cinema and all these things.
Life is here and still nothing.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
We are on the beginning, so
you already sold it to all the people that come here. I don't know what is the footprint right now of the people in the area, but I'm sure that you can fill in the whole apartments.
For example, that people or the communication for people is very easy. We know during one weekend, of course, during the summer, there are 3,000 people go to Industra, take bike, skis or something, play volleyball, football, take coffee, beer or something, and spend time on Zbrojovka now.
Yeah.
So this is for your slow development. So we starting.
This is it's starting a location, activating a location before it's being built, instead of just keeping empty lands, empty plots that are unused. This is the most unsustainable way. You should be able to use our,
But I think you must continue with because if you create the activities or something similar, then you must relocate it to new zone or new area.
It is very tricky, and it's a bit easier on a land, but it's much more difficult on a building. Like what we did, for example, we started to reconstruct the distillery while we were in it. And here as well, you are a little bit compromised by the constant work in progress and the dust and so on, but at the same time it gives you other values. So I think it's just the way of doing it. And it's also about, it not only creates a community here, but and a brand and so on, but it's also giving you the information to what is needed in the locality to be built. Maybe through this you will find out, actually, we don't need as many apartments, but we need more spaces for events or more spaces. Is it correct? Yeah. So the idea of slow development is also helping you to kind of design the functions for the future that are then helping in the long term for projects to be successful. Yeah. Does it make sense?
Yeah. I agree with this because it's the idea of Nová Zbrojovka, because we know the projects will be 10, 15 years. Yeah. So it's maybe for people around, it will be more nightmare or something. But now we give him something for life, for leisure, for time, and then we are maybe a little bit better developer than some ugly developer on market.
I mean, the whole idea of slow food, which is proudly coined in Torino, in my hometown, is about quality food and knowing where your ingredients are coming from and working with a small mileage of deliveries of the raw ingredients, And it's a beautiful concept, There's nothing that you want more than having like a healthy way of living and healthy food, and it's the same with the homes and the places where you live.
And I think I will be continue with this topic because our project Heart. So can you, Nebo, how would you describe it? Maybe zero phase, final phase. I know what is your dream. I must be away from this building, but you will need a big army. But what do you think about building Heart? What is it?
It's a little gem of the locality here, and the idea is that it's really the core, the heart of everything around it. It's the identity of the Nová Zbrojovka, as in the heating core of the previously existing gun factory. So in the same way, it should provide like warmth to the future, in this kind of like romanticized idea of it. That's the story of it. That's why it's called Heart. But within the word heart, there are more functions in it, right? We're going to have a space for music. So if you remove the T in the word heart,
it will be ear, art.
So art, food and
eat,
music.
Here, eat, art, heart.
Is there more? Maybe we can find more.
I don't know.
So yeah, it's supposed to have that function that brings the people together and kind of provides that warmth to the area. It's very challenging because the building itself, it's not in very good conditions. So we had to structurally work with the existing walls to maintain them, but the core then functions not only as a like the inside, not only as an interior space for the functions we need, but also as a support for the existing walls. But it was very important, right, for us to maintain that aesthetic of the original building. So when you're entering it, you're still feeling that you are within this like huge heat plant hall, but you still have all the functions that you need in order to make it run. And all the technologies needed. So it is very challenging. It's very important.
I think it will be the most important building in Vazbrov.
Yes. So we need to cherish it. And
you need me in design.
I need you. We need you because you're very good at your job. Like you're the best in your job. But you need to leave a space to make those design solutions because they're the most like brilliant thing that when people experience them, they really feel better in it. So you see in the staircase here, we didn't touch the staircase, and it's just wonderful. You just want to go and I want to have meetings inside the staircase. So
now we have, I don't know, phase 0. And now it's working because we have many small events, birthday party or something, or exhibition or something. So now it's working. And what we and you said what will be the final phase? So
of heart or
no.
Of
heart. And I want to go now another next building and building D1. This we call it Hrad, a castle. So we opened it last week.
Nice
sorry.
Opening.
And I know I was very Batman or something. Batman, maybe Batman too. So and I know I made a lot of changes because, for example, I have some technical or operational client's issue. But what do you think about the final result? Or can you, I don't know, the word is lure the people here inside to building D1, the castle?
I think there is a nice, as I said, really good atmosphere in the building. There's wonderful light.
I saw your picture, so you love the reception because you up, close,
next to,
behind, in front of, so...
Yes, well, I designed the reception, so of course I need to be on it. Wasn't there supposed to be a screen in it?
What screen?
The screen, like digital screen?
Yeah, there will be because my guys, I don't know, bought another, so I changed it. I bought the touch screen, so it will be the screen inside of the receptions. It's reception.
So I think there are a few very good elements that are the highlights of the building, and they are really making it special. Like I think when you're really entering the lobby and the reception, you're like, yes, this is great. I feel some of our partners are like, okay, you stepped up from your previous office. So and reusing the existing chandeliers and keeping some of the materials. It's really making the place a gem on its own, just like by itself. And then the materials used are good quality. So overall, I think it is a decent reconstruction.
And the furniture, because I love all buildings, and I really have I love the floor in ground floor, the Benátska or the Venice. I want to play with this because I love the building, so I must be involved. So it's a very big problem. If in Brno is all building, I must be involved.
So then we need to align our mindsets more, because I think you're really efficient. You're doing a job which is really to the point, sharp, on time. You're fitting the budgets or even exceeding the expectations of the budgets, which is great from the client side, from the developer side. But we need to align on the design and the architecture points. I mean, all the projects we have done in our past have been really low budget and really low cost. So we can really work with reuse of materials, with kind of effective solutions of detailing. It doesn't have to be expensive at all to be able to be amazing. So,
and now you are
no excuse.
You are my clients here to the end of this year.
Yes.
So you stay or you go to Bratislavska?
Well, I'd love to stay. We can have two companies. One on Zbrojovka and one on... I love our office now here, but what we're doing there, it's so unique. We're going to have like
so
a completely different...
the space.
Yeah, for our events.
I will give you a good price.
Oh, thank you. That's not true. I need to negotiate on that.
And maybe I want to know your opinion about one issue in Brno. It's a multifunction hall. Because you know
it's
about
lacking
it?
Or
do you know this about? You know something about?
Don't.
No, nothing.
Yes, I saw a visualization.
But what do you think? You think that Brno really needs the multifunction hall for 13,500 people, and we don't have speed train, airport, highway, or something? Because for me is, for example, for me is the same situation. If I build a nice tower in the middle of Nová Zbrojovka and around was nothing. What do you think about this
Maybe
topic?
there's some hidden plans of the municipality I'm not aware of inviting
like hall for money.
you to play in Brno, or I mean, if there's no plan and there is a lack of housing or greenery or bike infrastructure, the money should definitely go somewhere else. But it goes back to that problem of shared vision.
For me, the best will be if they, for example, build new hall for curling, badminton, maybe fighters, maybe small athletics hall, not a bigger hall for. I think it's really empty. Yeah. Because what do you think? Because I think it's a big mistake in development.
And it's not bringing any added value, you know. And how is it helping people here? What kind of people, the moment in the people's life are you going to use that space? Yeah. It's too little. Multifunctional, but in reality it's for
hockey, and sometimes maybe a concert or some maybe European championship in chess.
No, I think it's a completely unacceptable project. And within the architectural community of Brno, I know it's also...
And I think it's ugly.
And on top of that, it's nothing. It's like a funny shape taken from... It's like a potato or...
Yeah, some potato or some... glazed potato.
And also, what is the reality of the project? Like, who made it? Was it tendered? Like, is it a public...
I think... Because the price is 7.7 billion Czech crowns, and I know the European Union will be pay 5.5, and 2 billions will be a loan of city. So every month the city must pay 150 million Czech crowns
for something we don't need,
for empty hall.
Yeah, it's an outrage.
So I think this is the picture of or a view of the thinking of politics and the development of Brno, because I still saying the development or the city development is shit.
You're pretty brave to say this as like such a crucial...
I don't have a problem with this.
Yeah. No, it's important. If more people were like honest about it, it would be success.
And now this is thank you. This is the end. And now it's the time you have.
Surprise.
You can. It's the nestice zeptej se in Czech Republic. So I hate this. Nestice in English is don't hesitate.
Don't hesitate to.
The word is the shit.
I won't hesitate.
And ask.
Are you scared?
Yeah. But my answer is very easy. I don't understand.
No, it's pretty straightforward. Like it's again about the collaboration between architect and developer. How the the contract is basically letting architects out of the
partly, yes,
authorization to control the ending of a project all the way.
Yeah, because look,
and this is not so common in the rest of Europe, so it's a little bit at the edge of no-go. We agree on it on situations where, like mostly everywhere, but then we find a way to collaborate with the developer, like kind of all the way to the end.
We need architects.
We have no right.
Yeah, we need.
So, why do you need an architect if you're not then following the project? That's my question.
No, but we love architects. We need architects, but for us, very important, of course, the budget or the efficiency of money.
Yeah.
So. And we know the market. For example, we know the office market.
Yeah.
We know the flat market.
Yeah.
So we have something like a cookbook.
Yeah.
So again, we need how many meters square will we have the flats or the offices. We know which technology will be inside. So is there for cookbook for interior and technology? And of course, but we need the facade. We need, for example, the public space. And of course, when you have some old building, we need architect, designer, and we need the main idea. But of course, we know what clients want. So, for example, this is the typical example because client said, "I need this, so I must change your nice screening for gray because I will have a lot of compliance for clients." So then, as you said, we need to find the line,
the balance,
and the balance because we really know what we want, what the clients want, and the efficiency of money. Because the market is the office market is very tight. The profit is the lowest on market. Again, it's flat. So we need optimization and really efficiency on money. But architects, we need architects, for example, master plan. So the facade, all things around river, bike, square.
Yeah, I think there is a really wrong understanding of what the architect is.
And the prices is and the
thing is then you get clients that are in buildings that they've been brought into the building with the idea of certain features that because of budget costs they're not being implemented, and then they're like, but why is it not here? You have it in the renders, you promised it, and then it's not happening.
Yeah, I know, but when I prepare some presentation, of course, and there is some feature, I immediately deleted it. You have a right, because if the clients see or saw something, they want it. But I can, or you need a nice story about it. Fairy tale.
Yeah, there's place to something in between.
We can find the balance or the line.
Well, we have to. We really have to.
So we can try with heart.
We will do it. We will not try it. We try with some other project in between, and then we do it on heart.
And your favorite punching guy, the shop is open. He was inside.
I would like to go to him. He's like so interesting. Like
the interior
he looks,
or the Jiří?
The Jiří. He's so. He looks kind. He looks like a nice guy.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, and then he's huge, so you don't know if you can approach him or not.
You saw the interior of his shop?
It looks really good. Yeah. I like it very much. Yeah, I'll go check it out more properly.
You bought something?
Maybe it's not my style, but why not?
Okay, thank you, Alex. We have 50 minutes, so it's
enough.
It's
and
over.
I look forward to the roof terrace and to the bar downstairs.
And
I'm going to invite our friends over.
Yeah. So thank you and bye.
Bye-bye.
Odzbrojení. Podcast Nové zbrojovky Miroslavem Bekníkem.